What's up, you guys? Charlie here from MAPerformance, map.charlie on Instagram, and today I'm joined by Dakota from Fitment Industries. For those of you who don't know Dakota, tell them who you are.
I'm Dakota from Fitment Industries. How's it going?
So obviously, you guys have seen us do some things here with Fitment Industries. You already know that we're already, partners and everything. So what we're doing today is we're gonna actually be reviewing some of your guys' cars. Dakota's chosen 2 cars out of the gallery.
Yeah.
If you're not familiar with the Fitment Gallery, definitely check that out. And I chose a few of our street team members' cars to review. So no offense, guys, but we're gonna pick some things we like and some things we don't like. So stay tuned. And if you guys like this one, just you wait, because in 2 weeks from the time you're watching this video, we're doing the same thing, but tequila.
Drunk.
First off, I brought the spotted cows.
You were supposed to say that. All right, so I know we're doing a little bit of show car versus track car. Look at it, look at it. So starting off in the Fitment Industries gallery, we have a 2015 Honda Civic SI on some Workmeister L1s or 3-piece wheels. Obviously, in the front we have 18 by 9.5 negative 26, and in the rear staggered setup on a front wheel drive, 18 by 10.5 negative 11 on some Federal SS 595s, 215, 35 all around. So some stretchy boys on there, and then it's dumped on Airlift Performance air suspension. So this looks like it's B_projects Honda Civic SI. Yeah, this thing is wild. We got the yellow Honda Civic SI, which you don't see too often. Carbon fiber fenders, Voltex style vents, ultra wide carbon fiber fenders, Mugen RR side skirts, JDM Type R front bumper.
Some J's Racing.
It says
like that.
First in the world with fog lights. Big fog light guy. Pretty neat. It looks wild. It looks crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this. He's got some really cool like JDM heritage parts that I'm a huge fan of. If you're gonna do a show car, do it right. Don't just like cut some springs and go ratchet. But nonetheless, like the Workmeisters, great touch, great looking wheel. Obviously, again, like I said, he's got some really cool stuff on there. I really like the JDM heritage, like J's Racing parts, Mugen, first in the world with fog lights.
JDM is anyways, so yeah, we got the wing on there with carbon parts kind of sprinkled throughout, which I think looks really nice.
So I'm gonna be on the other side of the fence.
You don't like
fence.
the carbon?
Honestly, so I think there's a point where there's too much carbon.
Sure.
And I'd like to see, I love the yellow on this car. I think some of the touches would be really great. I think getting it paint matched would be really cool too.
Sure.
I think it's always a cool subtle flex when you get carbon parts paint matched, because it's like you take the whole allure of just wanting it to be flashy.
Yeah.
Forget it. If you don't know, you don't know.
Dang, okay, all right. One thing for me that's a little gripe is I don't like taking the utilities of the car and making them stand out. So for example, the gas cap cover and making that stand out on the car. They design them to kind of fill in with the body line, not be, and then people go and wrap them or get a carbon fiber one. I don't like when they stand out. So that's my little nitpicky. Overall, I think it's an absolutely wild Civic SI. And if it was at a show, I would 100% walk over and check it out. Okay, we usually do 1 to 10. 10 being the coolest damn car you've ever seen in your life. 1 being the rusty shitbox on the road.
I'm gonna give it a, man, I'm torn. So I want to give this thing a mid-7.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right.
Let me tell you why. I think that this guy has a little bit of room that he could do with, in my opinion, some of the paint matching. I think that would do it a lot more justice in my opinion, but otherwise, I don't have a whole lot of criticism for the car. Great show car.
Don't kill me here, but I'm going to give it a 9. Ooh. I love this thing. I think the parts he chose are perfect. I think it's unique enough where it stands out at the show, and this isn't gonna look like every other Civic SI at the meet. And it's all quality stuff that just works well together. A couple little nitpick things that I would change up personally, but it's not my car, so it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
So overall, I'd give this a 9, and I think going for a show car look, killed it, knocked it out of the park. I'm ready for the next car though.
I chose a car, like I said, out of our street team. That's sort of like our MAPerformance affiliate program. If you're not already familiar, check out the link down below if you want to join. Nonetheless, let's get into reviewing this one. This one is also a Honda Civic. I figured that was a unique way to draw apples to apples in some sort of sense. But it is a 10th gen Civic instead of whatever, I think that was an 8th or 9th.
Yeah, it was around there, the NA1. Now this is the boosted one.
Yep, so this is the FC3. So this one is, I'm gonna find a perfect image to like lead into this for you with. But this is kind of like a performance, purpose-built car. This guy is, I believe, out of Guam.
Oh, wow.
Interestingly enough. Cool. And he does a lot of cool stuff. So I'm gonna just turn it your way. Boom, One Sick FC3 is the Instagram handle.
Okay.
He's also gone with some of the carbon fiber looks, so I thought that was a cool little unique similarity between the two cars we chose.
Absolutely.
But again, this one is built to race. So
this is wild, and immediately out of the gate, what I think is the common saying of all race cars can be show cars, but not all show cars can be race cars.
that's a good one.
Yeah, a lot of times, look at this thing. It's beautiful the way it is, and like you said, it's function built. This thing's ready to rip, and that is a lot of carbon fiber.
Yeah, so this guy, again, also a ton of carbon fiber. Personally, like not my favorite aesthetic. But again, build your cars for you, not for some asshole like me on the internet to review it. He's got a bunch of PRL stuff on there. He's got some really nice TE37s on there, so great wheel choice in my opinion, obviously going for that race-inspired look. He's got the bridge seats. He's got this really interesting like clear hood that you don't see a lot anymore. Like that was like obviously like a early 2000s, you know, like late maybe 2010 sort of thing that kind of phased out. I'm stoked that he did it. I think it's neat to see.
Yeah, definitely. Show off what's under the hood. One thing though, is if this dude gets in a fender bender, the car is totaled.
She gone.
That's expensive front end on this. So yeah, I really like it. I think this thing looks dope. I would like to see those TE37s come out a little bit, a little lower offset on there, and then maybe...
I also wish they weren't black. You can't really see them. Yeah. They really tie in with the carbon fiber being both like so dark, it just kind of all ties in together. I think the only thing that I'm not quite too sure about is the hood emblem, or the front bumper emblem.
Yeah.
It's like forged carbon candy, he says in the
candy.
I don't even know what that means. I'm intrigued, but it kind of reminds me of like bedazzling. Like if you, it reminds me of like DJ Pauly D's headphones from Jersey Shore. But nonetheless, I like where the guy's going with the car. I like that it's, you know, purpose built. I feel like I'm being really harsh on these cars.
You are, absolutely.
I'm
That's okay.
gonna give this one an 8.
8? Okay.
Yeah, only reason, one, I think like you said, the fitment could have been a little bit, it's not necessarily my personal fitment taste. Yeah, and I think I would have personally gone with a little bit of a different look. Also a little bit more carbon fiber than I would personally like, but otherwise, this is a great looking car. I know a lot of people love this car. He does, you know, a lot of posts on the gram. And yeah, that would be my thing. Again, also chasing J's. Everybody's got these really cool parts.
I'm gonna give it a 7.5. I think it's dope. I like the first car a little bit more. That's more my style.
Hey, live up to your reputation.
And overall though, I think this is good. Like you said, pull the wheels out, maybe unbedazzle the emblem.
It's carbon fiber candy.
Eat some candy. I want to hand out carbon fiber candy in Halloween.
Honestly, that's a branded opportunity right there. Should we make carbon fiber candy? Let us know in the comments.
And does it need to be edible?
On to the next car. This is another one that you chose.
Okay, so I don't know if you're ready for this, so we're just gonna get into it. We have a 2002 Mini Cooper S, worked E-Wing 17x11 plus 0 on some Vercelli Strada 235/40s all around on airlift performance air suspension. And this is like the Frankenstein of Mini Coopers. We're running hella camber, as much as you can get. It's on the ground, there's no front bumper, there's teeth on it. This is Shane Wheeler's Mini Cooper. I picked up some work wheels and paired them with the tires. For suspension, got airlift. I upgraded my exhaust to an Ireland Engineering catback. Supercharger pulley upgraded. I also modified my front hub knuckles, tie rods, and lower control arms to run negative 17 degrees of camber in the front and negative 24 in the rear. And the chassis mount wing, if you didn't catch that. Custom bash bar, and this car is built for car shows.
Well, it's not built for much else, let me tell you what. So look, you don't see a whole lot like this. I'll say that, right? Like if you were going for something unique, you nailed it.
Yep.
Definitely not what I would do to a car by any means. I don't understand the chassis mounted wing or anything chassis mounted for that matter. You've got about this much contact point for tire.
Yeah,
I don't know what else to say.
Made you look. That's what the sticker on the wing says. So it would in fact make you look.
It would make you look.
So achieved. Yeah, I think it honestly, it kind of looks like if I had a Mini Cooper Hot Wheel and then my big fat ass stepped on it. And that's exactly what it kind of looks like.
Someone sat on the roof.
Yeah, so some people love this insane camber, running just absolutely wide as hell wheels and then doing crazy shit. I'm for it. If you want to do it, it makes cars interesting. If everyone had the same exact build,
but you gotta
it would get
own
old.
it, right?
Yeah,
like,
you have to own this.
You have to own it. You can't
I'm not going to own it,
no,
but you can own it.
If you own the car and you did this, you own up to that shit.
All right, Charlie, I don't think there's a whole lot else to say about this build. It speaks for itself. The last thing you need to do is give it a rating.
Yeah, so a 1 was a rusty shitbox?
Yeah.
Okay, well this is like a 2.
Okay.
It's just not rusty. I don't like it. Not my personal taste.
Sorry, Shane.
Sorry, man. Nothing against you. I'm sure you love this thing and it's your pride and joy. It wouldn't be mine.
All right, I will rate it a 3. Just to be a little nicer than Charlie. Otherwise, I agree with everything he said.
Oh, man. Well, again, it's not rusty. It's got that going for it.
Yep.
Next. All right, so this next car is
The last car.
the last car, but it's also honestly one of my personal favorite cars on our street team.
Okay.
The owner, super cool dude. He actually drove all the way to Proving Grounds from New Jersey. Which obviously is our event if you're not familiar with it, but he came all the way out just to show some support, and honestly, we shot some really dope content with him. I'm gonna show you the car. You've probably seen it on our Instagram already. Let me see. This is DJ Final Edition's green Streetfighter wide body Evo 10.
Damn. Yes, I have seen this car before, and it is a beaut.
This thing is so dope. So I know a considerable amount about this car, so I can fill you in on some of the blanks. This photo here was actually taken, I believe, by our very own Eric Bloom Photo. Shout out to EB Photo 651.
Beautiful photo.
Great photo. Great car.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, so this is actually like a Camaro color. Originally, he was going for the Lamborghini green, but the paint was too expensive because it's Lamborghini.
Fair enough.
And so he went with a Camaro paint.
Gotcha.
Very neat. Nonetheless, without getting into too much details, he did all the forged carbon work for the lit kit himself.
Any carbon candy?
No, you can't eat this one.
All right.
Sorry. But it does look great.
Yeah,
And he's got some really cool purple Willwood brakes that go kind of with this green and purple theme throughout the car. Engine bay looks really nice, and it has some performance upgrades to it. He does plan to build the motor and do some other stuff.
Okay.
But I believe he hit like a deer or something not too long ago.
Those stupid deer, they're only good for their venison.
Literally. Really cool car, really great owner. The guy goes all around and kills it on Instagram. The photos he takes are amazing also. Dude, super cool guy.
So I used to own an Evo 10, so this actually kind of hits home with me, and I love this thing. The wide body kit looks so damn good. And then to see the car painted, you know, it's not just wrapped, it's actually painted, which is really nice. Looks like he has some XT 206Rs. Those look really nice. The concavity on there makes them look good. Got the big old wang on the back. This is one of those, like, honestly, I've kind of got out of tune with wide body or flare kits just because I've seen so much of them. But this one's like, almost I want to say kind of subtle. Like it does a really good job of maintaining the Evo 10 body lines where it keeps it kind of subtle. So I really enjoy this kit.
Yeah, shout out Streetfighter LA.
Yeah. Looks damn good. I love this thing.
So if I had to rate this car, I'm gonna give it 8.75.
Whoa, okay.
And let me tell you why.
We're getting really incremental here. Okay.
I am, yeah.
Right.
I don't want to give it a 9 quite yet because I know how much more room this car has to go. I know that he really is looking to get that built engine and do some stuff like from the performance aspect of the car, which obviously is kind of like the heart and soul of the Evo 10 is, you know, it being a performance-oriented vehicle. He's got the looks down. It's got this really great style to it. I'm just super excited to see this thing when it's super fast. And it's making all the jam.
Absolutely, that's fair. I'm going to give it a 9. It's right there with the Civic SI for me. I think both are done extremely well. This is a clean build. You can tell when like time has been put into a build to make something look really nice, and no expenses were spared with this. Turned out phenomenal. Just a really good looking car.
Absolutely. Yeah, shout out to you, man. Shout out to DJ_Final Edition. Hopefully everything works out, getting the car repaired, and I can't wait to see it at Proving Grounds this upcoming year. Maybe you can come and greet this guy, because he's definitely coming. We're locking it in right here, right now.
I committed.
He said it on camera.
Yep.
But anyways, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for the end of this video. This is us kind of reviewing your guys' cars. If there's any cars that you think we should review, be sure to let us know down in the comments below. If you haven't already, head over and check out Fitment Industries, YouTube, and every other social media there is. If you haven't already, go ahead and add your car to the gallery.
Yeah, and then maybe we can review it.
Maybe we will. Maybe we won't. You never know. Either way, we'll see you in the next one. Peace.